Hello dear students, welcome to question solving from equilibrium part 3. First question, 2 moles of N2 is mixed with 6 moles of H2 in a closed vessel of 1 liter capacity. If 50% N2 is converted into NH3 at equilibrium, the value of Kc for the reaction is. Students, equation is given as N2 gas plus 3H2 gas, which is in equilibrium with the 2NH3 gas. 4 options are given as option A 4 by 27, option B 27 by 4, option C 1 by 27, option D 27. Let us rewrite the equation. N2 gas plus 3H2 gas, which gives rise to 2NH3 gas. Initial moles, 2 moles of N2 gas is present and 6 moles of H2 gas is present. Students, from the given equation, balanced equation, 1 mole of N2 requires 3 moles of H2, which gives 2 moles of NH3 ammonia gas. Initial moles, given moles is 2 moles of N2 and 6 moles of H2 are present in 1 liter vessel. If 50% of N2 is converted into ammonia at equilibrium, students, at equilibrium condition, 50% of ammonia is converted, 50% of N2 is converted into ammonia. So 50% of 2 moles is 1 mole. Out of the 2 moles, 1 mole it is converted. Then 1 mole of N2 requires 3 moles of H2 from the balanced equation. Initially 6 moles are there. In that 3 moles it is reacted. Then number of moles of ammonia formed is 2 moles. Students, it is given as 50% of N2 is converted into ammonia at equilibrium. So initially 2 moles are present, 50% of 2 is 1. So equilibrium moles, that is for N2, 2 minus 1 mole it is reacted. Then from the balanced equation, 1 mole of N2 requires 3 moles of H2. Then here 1 mole requires 3 moles. So number of moles of H2 reacted is 3, remaining is 6 minus 3. Number of moles of ammonia formed is 2 moles. Right? This is unsimplifying. Number of moles of N2 at equilibrium is 2 minus 1 is 1. Number of moles of H2 is 6 minus 3 is 3. Number of moles of ammonia it is 2. Right? Then let us write the expression for the Kc. Equilibrium constant Kc is active mass of ammonia raised to the power of its stoichiometric coefficient 2 divided by active mass of N2 multiplied by active mass of H2 raised to the power of its stoichiometric coefficient 3. Right? Let us substitute the values here. Students, generally this is what we have calculated, it is number of moles, but active mass is molar concentration. Right? But here no need to consider the volume of vessel because it is given as a 1 liter. Right? So if it is 1 by 1, 1 we will get, 3 by 1, 3 we will get. Okay, so that's why no need to consider volume of the vessel in this question. Right? NH3 concentration is, it is 2 square by N2 is 1 multiplied by H2 is 3 cube. The values we have substituted in the Kc expression. Then 2 square is 4. 3 cube, 3 into 3 into 3, that is 27 into 1 is 27. So equilibrium constant for the given reaction is 4 by 27, which is given in the option A. Right? A is correct. Student, let us take one more question now. Next question. For the reaction CH3COOH liquid plus C2H5OH liquid, which is in equilibrium with CH3COO C2H5 liquid plus H2O liquid. Students, this is called as esterification reaction. Reverse reaction is called as hydrolysis of ester, which is a reversible reaction. Forward reaction is called as esterification. Backward reaction is called as hydrolysis of ester. 1 mole each of acid and alcohol were taken initially at equilibrium, how many moles of ester will be formed? Kc, equilibrium constant for the given reaction is equal to 4. Options are 1 mole, 2 mole, 1 by 3 moles, 2 by 3 moles. Let us write the equation once again. CH3COOH, carboxylic acid reaction with the alcohol C2H5OH liquid gives ester CH3COO C2H5 liquid plus H2O liquid. Students, initially it is given as initially 1 mole of each acid and alcohol were present. So 1 mole of acid, carboxylic acid, 1 mole of alcohol were present. At equilibrium, let us assume that X moles of acid is reacted. Remaining moles of acid at equilibrium is 1 minus X. We are assuming that X moles of acid is reacted. Then remaining moles of acid at equilibrium is initial is 1 minus moles reacted is X. Remaining moles at equilibrium for the acid is 1 minus X. Similarly for the alcohol, 1 minus X, because the stoichiometric coefficient ratio is 1:1:1:1. So if X moles of acid is reacted, moles of alcohol reacted also, it is X, right? Remaining moles of alcohol at equilibrium is 1 minus X. Then if it is acid is X moles reacted, alcohol is X moles reacted, moles of ester formed is X moles, because the ratio is 1:1:1:1, right? When 1 mole of acid is reacting with the 1 mole of alcohol, it will give 1 mole of ester and 1 mole of water. When X moles it is reacted, moles of ester formed is X, moles of water formed also it is X, right? Let us write the equilibrium expression, constant expression, right? Kc is equal to product of active masses of the products raised to their stoichiometric coefficients. CH3COO C2H5 raised to the power of 1 stoichiometric quotient and H2O raised to the power of 1 divided by CH3COOH raised to the power of 1 multiplied by C2H5OH raised to the power of 1. Students, generally when water is present in the product side, we should consider it in the equilibrium constant expression. When water is present on the reactant side, generally we won't consider then that in the equilibrium constant expression, because when we are taking, that is one of the reactant is water, we will take it is in the large excess, because we know it is cheaper in cost. So when it is present in the reactant side, we will take excess, large excess. So that's why its concentration will remains a constant. So whenever in a particular reaction water is present on the reactant side, we should not consider, because its concentration remains a constant. But when it is present in the product side, definitely we should consider it, because very small quantity of water will be formed in the reaction. Kc it is given as 4 in the equation, the question itself, right? So let us substitute all the values here. CH3COO C2H5, it is X, and for water x into x is x square divided by CH3COOH, it is 1 minus x, active mass is multiplied by C2H5OH, active mass is 1 minus x, right? Then 1 minus x into 1 minus x is 1 minus x whole square is equal to 4 Kc. We are equating this value to the Kc which is given as 4, right? By taking square root on both sides, by taking square root on both sides, square root of x square by 1 minus x whole square is equal to square root of 4. Then this square root will get cancelled. So remaining terms x divided by this implies x divided by 1 minus x is equal to square root of 4 is equal to 2. Let us simplify this. X is equal to, by doing cross multiplication, 2 minus 2x will get, right? Transfer minus 2x this side, it will becomes as x plus 2x, 3x is equal to 2. This implies x is equal to 2 by 3. Students, what is x? That is a number of moles of ester formed, that is x, same as, right, 2 by 3, which is given in the option D, right? 2 by 3 moles it is present at the equilibrium condition. Let us take one more question now. Next question. For the reaction A plus B gives rise to 2C, at the equilibrium concentration of A and B each is 0.20 mole per liter and concentration of C is observed as 0.60 mole per liter. Equilibrium constant Kc will be. Options are given as 9, 18, 6, 24. Let us rewrite the equation. A plus B gives rise to 2C. Students, it is given as at equilibrium, the concentration of A and B both are same, that is equal to 0.20 moles. 0.20 moles. And the concentration of C is given as 0.60 mole per liter, right? Concentration, molar concentration they are provided. And the equilibrium constant Kc is equal to, that is active mass of the C raised to the power of its stoichiometric quotient is 2, and active mass of divided by active mass of the A multiplied by active mass of the B. Let us substitute all the values in this expression. Active mass of the C is 0.6. 0.6 multiplied by 0.6. 0.6 whole square is 0.6 into 0.6 divided by A and B, it is same, that is 0.2 into 0.2, right? This point here, these will decimals will get cancelled, right? 2 1s are 2 3s are 2 1s are 2 3s are, right? 3 3s are 9. So equilibrium constant Kc for the given reaction is equal to 9, which is given in the option A. Option A is right. Next question. The equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction H2 gas plus I2 gas gives rise to 2HI gas at 700 Kelvin is 49. What is the equilibrium constant for the reaction H2 gas gives rise to half H2 HI gas, sorry, HI gas gives rise to half H2 gas plus half I2 gas at the same temperature. Students, when we observe these two equations, this second equation we will get by reversing the first equation and multiplying with the 1 by 2, right? Then equilibrium constant Kc dash for the new equation will be, when we reverse the equation, then Kc will be reciprocating, that is 49. 1 by 49 it will become as. When we are reversing this equation, then the new Kc value for the new equation will be reciprocal of the earlier, that is 1 by 49. And to get this equation, we are reversing the first equation and multiplying with the 1 by 2. Then this is to be raised to the power of 1 by 2, right? That is nothing but square root. So Kc dash is equal to 1 by square root of 49, which is 1 by 7. On simplifying this, we will get it as a 0.143, right? Which is given in the option C. Students, let us take the next question now. Next question. Given the following reaction at equilibrium, N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives rise to 2NH3 gas. Some inert gas is added at constant volume. Predict which of the following facts will be affected. Options are given as first option. Option A, more NH3 gas is produced. Option B, less of NH3 gas is produced. Option C, no effect on the degree of advancement of reaction at equilibrium. Option D, Kp of reaction is increased. Kp of reaction is increased. Students, for the given reaction, we can write Kp as equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressures. Kp as partial pressure of ammonia raised to the power of its stoichiometric quotient, that is 2, divided by partial pressure of N2 multiplied by partial pressure of H2 raised to the power of its stoichiometric quotient 3. It is given as constant volume. That means the reacting gases system which is in equilibrium is present in a closed vessel. Constant volume means closed vessel. N2 gas plus 3H2 gas which is in equilibrium with the 2NH3 gas. The system is already in equilibrium. To this system we are adding some inert gas at constant volume. Constant volume means it is a closed vessel. So let us assume that some He gas is added, inert gas, helium is added. Then the total pressure increases. Total pressure increases because of the partial pressure of helium. But there is no term of partial pressure of helium in the Kp expression. So addition of inert gas at constant volume to the equilibrium reaction has no effect on the equilibrium system. So let us observe the options given. More NH3 is produced, there is no change in the equilibrium, no effect on the degree of advancement of reaction at equilibrium. This is correct, right? According to Le Chatelier principle, addition of inert gas to the equilibrium system at constant volume has no effect on equilibrium. Let us take next question now. Next question. The oxidation of SO2 by O2 to SO3 is an exothermic reaction. The yield of SO3 will be maximum if option A, temperature is increased and pressure is kept constant. Option B, temperature is reduced and pressure is increased. Option C, both temperature and pressure are increased. Option D, both temperature and pressure are reduced. Students, this is an important reaction in preparation of sulfuric acid in the conductive process. Equation, balanced equation, we can write it as 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas which is in equilibrium with the 2SO3 gas. 2SO3 gas. It is given as this reaction is exothermic. Forward reaction is exothermic. So plus Q we can write on the product side, plus Q, exothermic reaction. According to Le Chatelier principle, as the temperature increases, then equilibrium will shift in the direction of consuming heat. Being exothermic reaction, as the temperature, higher temperature will favor the backward reaction, right? Lower temperature will favor the forward reaction. So that means for this reaction to get the maximum yield of SO3, temperature should be low, temperature should be reduced. And when we take the pressure in consideration, number of moles of the reactants, gaseous moles, it is 2 plus 1, 3 moles it is present. Product side we have 2 moles. As the pressure is increased, equilibrium will shift towards a less number of moles. So pressure, high pressure is required, low temperature is required for maximum yield of SO3 in this reaction. Now which is appropriate option, let us check now, right? Temperature is reduced, lower temperature and high pressure is required to get maximum yield of SO3. So the option B is right. Temperature is reduced and pressure is increased. Because according to Le Chatelier principle, being exothermic reaction, low temperature is favored. And as the pressure increases, equilibrium will shift towards a less number of moles. That is a forward direction. So option B is right. Last question. Identify the reaction which is not affected by increase in pressure. Students, any reaction in which delta Ng is equal to 0, then change in pressure has no effect, change in volume has no effect on the equilibrium system. Delta Ng, if delta Ng is equal to 0, then change in pressure and change in volume has no effect on the equilibrium reaction. Let us check the delta Ng values. For the first option, delta Ng is equal to number of gaseous moles of products 2 moles minus number of gaseous moles of reactant, 1 mole of N2, 1 mole of O2, that is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So change in pressure has no effect on the equilibrium system, that is there in the first option itself. Let us check the option B. Here delta Ng is equal to number of gaseous moles of the products is 2 minus number of gaseous moles of the reactants, 2 plus 1 3, 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1. For this equation PCl5 decomposition, delta Ng is equal to number of gaseous moles of the products 2 minus number of gaseous moles of the reactants 1, which is equal to 1. For the option D, delta Ng is equal to number of gaseous moles of the products 2 minus number of gaseous moles of the reactants 3 plus 1 4. So 2 minus 4, which is minus 2. So only in the option A, delta Ng we are getting it is 0. According to Le Chatelier principle, change in pressure has no effect if the delta Ng is equal to 0. So that is given in the option A. Option A is correct. Thank you for watching.